So like Richard said, I don't forget to do that here in a few minutes. Kathy is waiting. I just clicked admit. I keep forgetting to look up there. Hopefully she didn't wait long. Hello, Kathy. Well, she's not hearing us yet. I think Kathy is Julie's friend. I see everybody dressed up today. I mean, it's probably not your normal attire, right? I mean, we've kind of all gotten
from here up.
Yeah, nobody stand up, please.
The rest is mystery.
Oh dear.
TMI. It would be TMI.
Mm-hmm.
So I am going to, I'll be glad to send the PowerPoint that I'm going to go through. We're going to do quite a few things for like Richard and anybody else that may not be able to hang out the complete, you know, for the complete call.
Hi, Kathy.
Hi, Julie.
I know we've got 2 or 3 other people, maybe a half dozen other people that'll probably be joining in the next few minutes, presuming I can remember to catch them. Scott, are you working from your home or are you working out of the office? Are you going into the office?
I'm at the office.
Awesome. It's kind of nice to be back in the office. Chad, are you in the office or are you at home?
Yeah, I'm at the office.
How about you, Brandon?
It's a little bit of both. Right now I'm at the house, but I do go into the office every once in a while.
Okay. AJ's got the best office of all of us. He's out under the trees in his backyard.
Nice.
Bit nippy out here today, though. Overcast and windy.
Mm-hmm. So, Richard, how about you? In the office yet, or are you out of the house still?
No, I've set myself up now where I have, I bought a new place that has this kind of like a nice big room that I can turn into a studio and an office, and I can also live here. So my commute is like, 10 yards from one end of the house to the other. So,
Gotcha.
And I'm telling you, I think it's going to be more and more like that. I think as people more and more, I'd hate to be in commercial real estate right now because I think this has just maybe exacerbated the move from offline to online, and more people are going to be working from home like this.
I don't know if you read the article, but Nationwide said that they're taking 650,000 square feet and demolishing it. So,
Wow.
and so that's quite a lot. I think it was like 50 or to 150 million dollars off their balance sheet.
Wow.
So I think you're fixing to see that more and more. I insure a pretty big law office, and they were going from 6,000 square feet to 14. And when this happened, they're actually going down instead of up because so it's fixing to be a really interesting industry. For the
a lot of changes, I'm sure, are gonna happen. Well, we are. Hi, Alba.
Hi, honey. Good morning.
Good morning. Well, I'm going to go ahead and start. And can anybody else notice or see whether there's anybody in the waiting room, or is it just for me as the presenter?
It's you.
It's just me. Okay. Well, then I'll have to try to remember to keep watching over there. But first of all, I want to thank everybody for joining. This is a great, a great opportunity for me to hopefully share something with you that I think you'll end up really enjoying. I have a PowerPoint, and so what I want to do is I want to go ahead and launch the PowerPoint and kind of run through it, and then in a few minutes we'll have a chance to do introductions, and everybody can tell each other a little bit about your business. But let me go ahead and kind of kick this off here. So let's go up here to the beginning. So can everybody see that? I've got the slide up. I'm not gonna make it full screen, but can y'all see the slide now?
Yes.
Okay, so throughout my life, I've believed this, and I'm gonna have to, let's see, how do I tell if somebody's trying to join while, 2 people in the waiting room. There we go. I just admitted them. So the system tells me if somebody's joining, but I have to pause for a second to to jump over and add them. So I've always believed that the secret of success is to helping other people. You know, I wish I was, you know, better at practicing that, but you know, I think we all could be better improved at that. But, you know, that's really the founding concept behind the Apricot Rocket Networking organization that we're putting together. This particular meeting is not necessarily going to be the same as the meetings that will be going on a regular basis. This particular meeting is going to have an agenda that works like this. We're going to have about a short 5-minute, maybe, welcome, and then we're going to actually engage in some networking. And then I have about a 20-minute, maybe, presentation, and then we'll deal with answers to whatever questions that you might have. I do want to state or sort of stipulate that the goals that I've set forth, and there's several other people that have helped kind of get me to this point. Steve Mangum, Carlos Roncal, my wife, of course, and Ray Southwell. We've all kind of worked towards this, and the goals here are really very simple: to create a vibrant online business community where we get to know and trust each other so that we can do referrals. To do this in a unique and fun way, to make it easy to build relationships of trust and referral, and then to leverage technology and education so that we can track our return on investment as well as maximize the networking that we do. Here's what a normal meeting format will look like once we kick off the actual meetings. This is kind of a combination of a traditional business meeting presentation and network or mastermind format. So in a normal meeting, the meeting will last 60 minutes plus 15. The last 15 will be sort of a bonus session for training. The first 60 minutes will be broken down with about a 5-minute welcome and introduction. Then we'll do about up to 20 minutes of presentations. That'll be in the 30-second business summary, business commercial format. And then we'll go into 2 different masterminds each week. And the masterminds will basically be set up where one member will bring up a subject that they think is either concerning to them or they think would be of interest for the group to talk about. It doesn't have to be something that they individually have struggled with, but the idea is to ask for help and or to get ideas on how to improve your business from the rest of the group. A good example, I was talking with somebody the other day, and this person said, you know, I've got an issue with employees that tell me right out of the gate they want to, you know, take over and start their own business in as soon as they can. So here I am hiring them and training them, and they're telling me they want to go out and start their own business. And we had a nice little conversation about, you know, how you deal with those kinds of situations, different strategies. And that might be the kind of thing that somebody would bring up as a, you know, as a subject, and then everybody would talk about it. It could be marketing. I mean, there's any number of issues that businesses have. So the concept behind the mastermind is these are opportunities for us as business owners to really get some good quality feedback from our peers, and that's the format. And then finally, we close the meeting in a fairly traditional format of, you know, thank yous as well as any events and that kind of thing that are coming up. Then at the end, once the formal meeting is over and anybody that needs to leave at the end of the hour wants to, that's fine. But then we'll have about a 15-minute, I think of it as a bonus training session. It could be related to something that Apricot Rocket is doing. It could be related to something that, you know, some social media training. There's a number of different things that we could be focused on the additional 15-minute bonus training session. But that's basically the concept for a normal meeting. So now I'm going to go ahead and ask everybody to introduce ourselves. I think we've got close to 20 people on the call. So in keeping with sort of the plan for a regular meeting, keep it short to about 30 seconds. and make sure that you mention who you are, who your company is, what the product or service you offer, and what kind of problems you solve. And then we'll just kind of go around, and I'm going to go ahead and bring the stop the sharing so that the screen comes back up. And we've got quite a few additional people that have joined. Thank you for joining. I'm just going to kind of go across the top of the screen and call on people based upon how you're organized on my screen. So Chad, it looks to me like you're the top center, so please start us off.
My name is Chad Powell, and Powell Insurance Group. We do commercial insurance, and how I keep customers and talk to people about their business is cyber liability. I've been talking about cyber liability since 2008. Everybody that takes any information, you're liable. So the Target situation is an example, or other ones like that, PF Chains. I talk to people about that, about why they need cyber liability. So we do commercial insurance. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Chad. Brandon?
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Brandon Jones. I'm a financial advisor in Plano with Edward Jones. First off, just want to say I'm very impressed with the turnout on this group. That's fantastic. So I've been with Edward Jones for about 4 years and help both individual and businesses with their investment plans. How I think I'm different is I really want to make sure that the people I work with, my clients, understand not only how their money's working with them, but also what our down market strategy is. I think that's really important. My saying is that panic is never a good investment strategy. So we want to make sure we stay disciplined and focused, and of course, help you reach your long-term goals. Again, Brandon Jones with Edward Jones here in Plano. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Brandon. Brenda, you're up next.
Hey, everybody. I'm Brenda Briscoe with Living Well Health and Wellness, but I'm actually transitioning from bodywork into a new and fun for me chalkboard business. It's actually just in its inception. So Lee caught me yesterday about this, and I thought, well, I'll try it. And I'm not really quite ready yet to do the work, but I did get my assumed name, which is Chalk It Up. So I want to supply restaurants, coffee shops, caterers, network with wedding planners, event planners to do chalkboard signs. And Lee gave me the idea yesterday of maybe a subscription service where I would switch them out every month or every week, whatever they want. So that's it. I want to start. I have a background in calligraphy and production art, so I want to use that now.
Great. Thanks, Brenda. This sounds exciting. Steve, you're muted. Do you want to unmute yourself and introduce yourself, please?
Sure. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm Steve Mangum. I'm with Living Well Resources, and I'm a business development and mostly marketing coach. What I focus on, there's 5 key metrics. If you increase 20%, it will double your profits, your profitability. So I focus on those key metrics. A lot of those have to do with marketing and branding, positioning, that sort of thing. So I help companies be more profitable, more effective, and they may even be able to be more profitable with less volume. So Steve Mangum with Living Well Resources, do all the Metroplex.
Great. Thanks, Steve. Carlos, you're up, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm Professor Carlos Roncal, and my company is World Language Schools and LSP. LSP means Language Services Provider, anything that has to do with languages. For example, our beautiful Zoom technology, you can now have customers, clients in Germany, France, United Kingdom, anywhere in the world. The problem is you don't speak the language. So we solve that problem. You know, we teach you the language, we translate, we interpret, we have you doing business in Brazil, anywhere in the world. It's all about the language. So World Language Schools and LSP, I've been with Lee, I don't know, 7, 8 years.
We've known each other a long time.
We've known each other a long time. So anything that has to do with languages, we handle about 10 languages and different it's really, really a rare language. You have to request, and we'll do something.
Thank you, Carlos. Julie.
I am Julie Thurber. My company is called Color IQ. I am a personal image and brand advisor working with business owners and sales teams and speakers to help them strengthen their message with what they wear and how they present themselves, both on stage and in video, even in Zoom calls and their photos.
Thanks, Julie.
Lee, I'm sorry, Lee. Lucio is waiting for you to send an invite if you can.
Steve's iPad, John Pruitt, Mako Moyo. Golly, I just did it. I forgot to keep my eye on the ball over here. Oh, John Pruitt, let's see, Mako. Looks like they're all 16, 17. Okay.
Yeah, and then Lucio is lucio@gmail.com. It's really easy. If you can send an invitation, he's waiting to.
Okay.
It's in the chat.
I'll send it.
Chat, yeah.
Oh, there we go. It's in the chat. Thank you. Okay.
I'll send it.
Oh, you will? Thank you, Julie. Appreciate it. All right, Kathy, you're up next.
Kathy Demansky, TWFG Insurance Services. I'm in a branch of the Woodlands Financial Group. So I'm an independent agent for property and casualty. I've been in the business over 25 years. Been on my own as an independent this is my 8th year. So what I do is just shop all of the companies for you. And being a part of the Woodlands Financial Group, I have 100 different companies to shop and just find the best rate for the person. So
okay,
that's a little bit about me.
Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you.
Alba, Miss Alba, how are you? You're up now.
Good morning. I am Alba Uribe, and I am the owner and founder, one of the owners and founder of Home Team Roofing. So we help everybody that has issues either with residential or commercial roofs. So I'm Alba Uribe, and I own, with my family, Home Team Roofing. We've been in the business since 2007, I think. Yeah, 2007. And I've been working with Julie and Lee for maybe since 2010. So thank you for having me here. I'm glad to see you.
Thank you for joining. Scott Reed, business attorney, good man. What's going on, Scott?
Good morning. Hey, thanks for having me here. Thanks for the introduction. I am a business lawyer and legal coach, and our firm is Reeb Law, and we provide access for small business owners to quality legal coaching and services so that they can shatterproof their businesses and stay out of trouble.
Thank you, Scott.
You bet.
You guys are all really good. I don't think anybody's gone over 30 seconds yet. Congratulations. AJ, keep it up, man. What's going on, AJ?
Well, good morning. My name is AJ Sheik. It shows Alton up there, but then that's short for Alton Jackson, which I used when I moved to Texas in 1989. So I wanted to let you know that I work with a company called American Business Incentive Services. And what we do is help business owners recover overpaid taxes. And that's the gist of what I want to say to start with.
All right, AJ. Thank you, sir. Beverly, good morning. It looks like you're sitting in the northern lights area.
Yeah, I started to change to the beach, but I'll stay in the northern lights for now. All right. Hello, everyone. I am Beverly Fells Jones, and I am known as the Silver Fox of Consciousness. And what I do is I help people who are working to improve themselves, and they're taking additional training, but they have to take a certification test and they are petrified. So what I do is a thing called Slam Your Exam, and I help them slam their exam and get that certification they need, which will help them improve their income, get that new job. The other thing I do is I teach a class called the Think and Grow Rich Masterclass. So most of you know about the books Think and Grow Rich, and you've probably read it 1 or 2 times, but I bet you haven't done an intense study on it. And that's what I do. And it's a 10-week session. And if you want to know more about it, just get in touch with me. And you can do that by going to goseebeverly@gmail.com. And I'm a hypnotist.
Oh. All right, I feel like I'm going into a zone right now. John, you just joined, but you are next in the queue. So what we're doing, John, in case I think you might, oops, I got Lucio in here. Let me admit Lucio. Thank you, Julie, for sending an email to Lucio. John, we're doing 30-second introductions where you make sure that you talk about who you are, your company, the problems you solve. I mean, what services, products or services you provide, and what problems you solve. So pretty typical stuff. So introduce yourself, please, John.
I am John Pruitt. Got a company called Hamill Enterprises, and basically we do real estate investing, whether it be multifamily or residential. But also, I am a financial services person. I also work with businesses to put money in your pocket, bottom line. So look for benefits and tax reductions for you at no cost to you. And the goal is to put money in your pocket that you otherwise wouldn't have on your own. So that's kind of, in a nutshell, what I do.
Thank you, John. Well, we'll have more chance to get to know you and everybody else later. I mean, as we do more networking. Mako, is that a picture of you as a baby behind you?
Actually, that's a picture of you. I wanted to thank you, Lee, for sending me your baby picture. Good morning, everybody. My name is Mako. My brother and I own and operate Bullet Graphics Center. We've been in the printing business since 1985. We put everything that's ink or toner on paper and various media, including wide format printing. Some of the stuff that we've done recently, we've designed and installed car wraps. Lately we've been updating brochures for people, our current clientele base, as everybody's getting ready for the hopefully resurgence of business when the economy gets back on its feet. And that's what we've been doing the last couple of months. Mako Bullet Graphics Center.
Thanks, Mako. Randall, I don't know if you guys can see the sequence that everybody's lined up in on my screen, if it's the same on yours, but Randall, you're up next. You are muted, so be sure and unmute yourself, please, sir.
Thank you, Lee. I didn't realize I was muted, but and I'm not in San Francisco, if you wonder what that bridge is behind me. But I am the CEO of Healthcare Now 24-Hour Physicians, and we are a healthcare company with a network of doctors, and we basically are a marketing company for doctors, and we increase a doctor's patient load through technology and help patients understand, the new form of virtual healthcare. And we also help employers through pandemic like the COVID-19 and understanding some of the rules and regulations and products needed to open up. Randall Mills with Healthcare Now, 24-Hour Physicians. Look forward to networking and getting to know the team.
Randall's got a business that one word to me sort of says it all, telemedicine. Telemedicine, which is a cool word, I think. The next person that I have is Lucio, but Lucio looks like he might be stepped away from his computer for the moment. Oh, here he comes. Here comes Lucio. Nope. There goes Lucio. Steve Gutman with Steve Prince is next. Steve, we're doing 30-second introductions. So I think you've done this one more than once before. So please introduce yourself.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, great. Yeah, this is my first time, Lee, but I'm glad you give me the chance to talk for 30 seconds. Steve Prince is a South Florida digital print production company. We also do signs and banners, which we're doing a ton of these last couple of weeks. And we also offer inks and toners for printers and copiers. The cool thing about our company is we've got 8 plants across the country, including one in Arlington, Texas, in case that would interest anybody, and getting delivery right printed products done and delivered right from Arlington, Texas. So my name's Steve, company Steve Prints. Website is www.steveprints.com. Thank you for your invitation today. Glad to see everyone.
Yeah, thanks, Steve. Ray, I don't see a video feed, but I see a picture. There you go. Ray, you're on mute, so there you go. So please take it away, Ray.
So my name is Ray Southwell. I own the Southwell Group, a number of other businesses as well, but Southwell Group is what I'm focusing on right now. I'm supposed to be retired, but what I'm focusing on is online activities, and in particular, a magazine which is called Speakers and Continuing Education. We publish the magazine once a month to get it out there. We send it to approximately, well, this month will go out to a little over 6,000 people. It's not entirely online. So far, we have not taken any advertisers, but we have built a reputation. And we will start a speakers directory, if you know of speakers, starting this coming month. So we are interested in printing and getting it printed. Mako, if you would give me a call or send me an email. I do need some printing done. So anyway, we publish magazines and we are known as you know. So www.needtoknow speakers, training, books, whatever, online publishing. So needtoknowspeakers.com.
Thank you, Ray. George Bingham, I cannot see a picture, but hopefully you're able to hear us. George, are you there? George, hello, George. Okay, I see his name, but I don't see any images. Lucio, if you can hear me, come on back. We'll come back to you. I've got a Steve's iPad. I don't know if Steve is available. Steve, are you there? All right, so it looks like everybody that is currently available has had a chance to introduce themselves. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and switch back over to the screen share now. There are a couple of you that are on this call that you know, have other people on this call that are in the same industry. And let me just, now I'm going to talk about the structure and how this thing is going to work so that you guys can all get a sense of how this thing is going to work. The Apricot Rocket Networking Group is going to be a series of groups. There's not going to be just one. The meeting today is what I'm going to think of every Wednesday as an orientation and training, an introduction meeting, not a home group. So as we launch this out, there'll be a series of home groups. The meetings will always be online only, and the different home groups that we'll set up will be on various days and times, and they will be location centric. So for example, you know, if you're a carpet cleaner in Florida, you're obviously not going to be interested in, you know, being part of a North Texas group and vice versa. But if you're a digital marketing person, you can do business pretty much anywhere in the United States. So there will be a series of groups that will be set up for different days and times of the week. Each one of those groups will be industry exclusive. And that means, of course, that if there's a printer in one group, there won't be a printer in another group. If there's a business attorney in one group, there won't be a business attorney, another business attorney in that group. So industry exclusivity, you guys all understand that. There's going to be a suite of digital marketing tools that'll be included. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that briefly in a moment. One of the things that I think almost everybody realizes is the importance of social media. It is vastly more important to some businesses than others, but almost all businesses need some social media presence. One of the things that I think is going to be fun is that the members of each group are going to make a commitment to the other members of that group to engage with each other on social media. Now, I don't want that to seem like an overwhelming thing, but the engagement is basically, it might be that Chad Powell prefers Facebook, and so he likes to engage on Facebook. So my commitment would be to follow him on Facebook and occasionally like a post, maybe make a comment, that kind of thing, to engage with him on Facebook. Scott Reeb might be more interested in LinkedIn for his reasons. And so my commitment to him would be to do that, and that once a month, with at least half of the members of the group, that I would engage actively on the social media that they prefer, and that they would do the same with me. We're going to have a return on investment, ROI tracking process for the value that you get out of this group. I know everybody has been involved in groups in the past that at some point in time, 6 months, 12 months, a year or two, you look back and you go, gosh, I mean, I've been spending a lot of time. This is not really doing anything for me. Well, we're going to track return on investment and referrals. I'm going to show you that process a little bit later. And then I want to make sure that you know that there's going to be easy qualification and maintenance requirements. And without any further ado, I'm going to jump right into the qualification. The cost to participate in one of these groups is a one-time $100 setup and training fee, and then a $9.95 per month ongoing cost. The $9.95 is for the Apricot Rocket system. It allows you to have up to 400 records in your database, but more importantly, that's how you're going to connect to the members of the group and track referrals and get your return on investment data back to you. You will have the option, if you want to use the system, for a larger database to do so. The cost might be a little bit higher, but the cost for larger systems is not really very significant. To maintain your membership in a group, you're going to need to be able to commit to doing the following. Attending attending at least 50% of the meetings. Now, some groups have, if you miss more than 3 meetings in a quarter or every 6 months, you're booted out. We're not that way. We make it easy. We do want you to attend, but I know stuff comes up. So you can send a surrogate. You can Zoom off of your phone. So while you're traveling, you can attend meetings, but we want at least 50% attendance. We're looking for at least 1 referral per month. And we're going to be tracking referrals on a 3-month rolling average. And so if after a period of time you're not able to maintain a minimum interaction of at least 1 referral per month, that might subject you to a phone call that says, hey, we need to talk. Is this working for you? And then we want you to engage, again, commit to engage with the other members on social media, at least half the members at least once per month. As a member, you'll be able to give a feedback report on the other members as to whether they've engaged with your social media. That's how we'll track that. And then we'll have some social media training. I mean, I know that I can still learn a lot on social media. Julie is way more knowledgeable about it than I am, and she's kind of my personal coach, but there's a lot I can have to learn, and I think many people can learn in pretty much everything on social media. You might be knowledgeable about one platform and need to know more about another, and so we're going to share that kind of information. That'll be part of the training. So all of those metrics will be measured on a 3-month rolling average. As a member, you're part of an affiliate program that has the following sort of aspects. Let me go ahead and look at the waiting room. A couple of people have entered, and I think I've got them on now. So let me see how I minimize this. Here we go. All right. So, as a member, you have, we're looking for you to help us grow the organization. We're going to reward you by paying you for helping to bring new members in. Now, every referral organization needs to have new members joining, And so, obviously you should be doing that for your networking group, whatever it is, but we're going to actually reward you for it. For each member that signs up, that you introduce, that you sponsor, you're going to get paid $50. And we track that through a total of 6 levels. So there's a number of different ways that you can earn money from the membership itself, but it basically boils down to there's a fairly significant potential revenue stream. The way that you become successful in terms of using the tools of the system to grow the business and earn money is you very simply, you attend meetings, you invite members, and then you repeat those first 2 steps. It looks like Steve got blocked out. I just invited him back in. So from an affiliate program perspective, it's very easy for you to help us grow the business by simply, I'm going to see here, if you're not muted, please mute yourself. There's getting some background noise, please. So anyway, there's an affiliate program, and the way to succeed at that is to attend meetings, invite guests, and then just repeat that process. The affiliate program, an introduction would basically work like this. You just call somebody up and say, hey, Bob, I've joined an online business referral networking group, and there's an opening for somebody in your industry. The group offers industry exclusivity. I think this would be a good investment of your time. If you'd be interested in checking it out, I can send you a link to a Zoom meeting. Would you be interested? And you know how it is. Business owners are always looking for ways to grow their business. In fact, if you look at this list, I kind of think of this as, I don't know, the top 10, top 12, top 15 list. These people that are in these industries, business coaches, real estate agents, attorneys, financial advisors, insurance brokers, and agents. I mean, you can read the list while I'm talking. These people in these businesses have trouble finding groups that are good quality groups to join. In fact, I was talking with AJ, who's a member of another group, and there's like 40 people in that group, and I was asking him if he's been able to bring any members in, and he said it's pretty much already full, so it's kind of hard to do. So the good thing about what we're doing is it's a new organization, and there's lots of opportunities for you to invite people, because we're forming the groups now, and we need all of these. So if you know a mortgage lender, a real estate agent, an insurance broker, a printer, I mean, so on, you just kind of go down the list. If you know somebody like that, then there's probably a good chance that they're not involved in a networking group and they would like to be. So you could offer them an easy opportunity. So I guess the question that I would ask you is, how many of these people do you know? Every one of them should be interested in joining a group. So how many of them could you invite? How many of them would likely attend? And over the next 3 months, how many of them would be likely to join a group? And remember, the group is only $100 plus $9 a month, $10 a month. It's a really easy way for people to say yes. So if you were able to invite 3, 6, 10 people over the next 3 to 6 months, here's what the member affiliate program would end up generating for you. You could easily get to a nice number of thousands of dollars per month. If you invited 5 members and they became members, and that happened throughout your 6 levels of our tracking process, you would end up with $4,000 a month. If you did that with 6, you would end up with $11,000 a month. And this is based upon them paying a monthly fee of $9.95. The average small business actually has a large enough database to where it's very likely that the average monthly fee that people would be paying would be between $20, $25, $35 a month. We're going to have a lot of different meetings set up. One of the purposes of this meeting is to introduce people, to introduce the concept, and then invite you to choose a day and time, and then we'll set locations. I'm planning to run groups Monday at 8 a.m. and 10 a.m., Tuesday at 8 a.m. and 10 a.m., Wednesday at 8 a.m. This 10 o'clock Wednesday group will always be set up as an introductory orientation group to train people on how to participate. Thursday at 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. and again on Friday at 8 a.m. The above are calendared. Now all we have to do is, there's plenty of spots available. Now all we have to do is kind of collectively decide who wants to join a group on what days and what part of town. So Scott Reeb is up in Denton. So Scott might want to be in a Denton located group, or Scott might want to be in a Frisco group. So we just have to decide the locale and the day and time, and then we'll start splitting everybody out, and we'll start forming specific groups that will be exclusive, and then you guys can help us grow the groups. The digital marketing tools that are included are the Apricot Rocket CRM system, which includes a database of up to 400 records for the $9.95 a month. It could be a little more if you have a bigger database and you want to use the system. There's email marketing, text message marketing, there's a shopping cart, a loyalty rewards program, a leads program, marketing automation, referral, ROI tracking, community and membership management tools, training and support. There's a whole suite of things. They're fully integrated. It's a great little system, and it will help grow your business. And then finally, I want to mention one thing that hopefully you guys will all find interesting, and that is what I call the Founding Members Stock Program. Our success is going to be dependent entirely upon how successful we are at helping you grow, but our success is also going to be dependent upon how successful you are at inviting people. And so I'm willing and delighted and offering to share Stock and Apricot Rocket with you on the following basic parameters. If you directly sponsor 10 members or more during the remainder of 2020 and maintain 10 members or more throughout all of 2021, then in January of 2022, I'm going to offer you Stock and Apricot Rocket. It will not cost you anything, and it will be a bonus that I can give to you for helping Apricot Rocket grow. And so that's really essentially the presentation and what I can offer you and how this would work. The next step would be for you to get together with the person that invited you to this meeting, to create an account and validate that account and log in, and then to activate the affiliate program module, watch the video. And I'm going to go ahead and admit one more person. Watch the video, which has a lot more information than I'm presenting now. Connect with Apricot Rocket Networking as a community, and then watch the first 4 member training videos there that tell you things about how to connect to other people, how to watch your earnings, how to invite people and make sure that you become their sponsor and that sort of stuff. So that's in essence what this is all about. I'm going to go ahead and stop the sharing and come back to the meeting. I know there's been a few people that have joined since we started, so sorry you didn't get a chance to do your introductions, but we'll do this again. I'm opening it up now for questions. Does anybody have any questions related to how this works?
Yeah, Lee.
John, okay, yes, sir.
Yeah, one question. The $9.95, does that include the CRM?
You understand correctly. Yes, the $9.95 does include the CRM and all of the functionality up to a total number of 400 records in your database. If you have a larger database, the price steps up based upon the size of your database. But it's extremely comparable to things like Constant Contact or MailChimp and does what they do.
Lee,
thank you.
Go ahead.
Next, was that Brenda?
Yeah, I was wondering if you could show that slide one more time of the list of common people that.
Sure. Let me go back and I'll show it again, but I'm also going to, I'll tell you what, let me do this. Let me go ahead and share it and show.
I was just going to take a picture of it.
Okay, yeah. So and this is a good list. I think, you know, now there's lots of businesses that need to be part of a group, but the people on this list in particular, they have trouble finding groups. You know, there's lots of groups out there and there's lots of businesses that could join and participate in the group. But this list right here is what I think of as the low-hanging fruit. Pretty much everybody you know that is an insurance agent or a financial advisor or an accountant, I mean, this list, they're having trouble. A lot of them are having trouble finding groups to join because there's so many of the chiropractors and so on that they join the groups and then the groups get full and they can't find a group. So the fact that we're going to have a lot of groups open means there's going to be a lot of opportunity for you to make referrals. So I think a lot of people will easily, a lot of y'all on this call will easily be able to get 5, 6, 7, 10 people, to business owners, to join a group over the next few months. Any other questions?
Lee, it's Randall. I have a question. I'm assuming, because seeing the red record button, that this session's recorded, so we could review it or share that with someone that's interested?
Yes, absolutely. I'm going to have this posted in the Apricot Rocket networking community. And so anybody that wants to have access to it, I'm going to show you. If you'll call me, I'll walk you through and make sure that you know exactly how to get to that. For those of you that would like to see that process, I will be delighted to share screen again and show you. Would anybody like, I mean, I don't want to drill down too much into the technology because quite honestly, I can easily get lost and get sidetracked and then never come back up. But if anybody would like to, I can do that. How many of y'all, could I see a raise of hands? How many of y'all are interested in participating and helping to launch a group? Could you raise your hand if you are? Alba, Steve, Randall, Lucio, John Pruitt, thank you. Kathy, great, thank you very much. You know, I mean, we'll follow up with each other. Any other questions?
I guess I wanted to put a pitch in for Apricot Rocket. I'm using that for my business, 24-Hour Physicians. It's got a great campaign management tool and tools that I think business need to manage their customers. It's very important. Communication's very important, as some of our crowd knows. Some of that is your business. Businesses communicate. But very important to any business is customer retention, communicating with your customer. And so I think you'll find some of the tools in Apricot Rocket helpful doing that. And I have a couple groups on Apricot Rocket. One last plug. There's a Bibles in Business. It's a Bible study that we do. And so if you're interested in connecting with that group, I'd love to have you.
Thank you, Randall. Appreciate that. I've got everybody muted. If you would like to ask a question, raise your hand so I could unmute you. Carlos, I'm trying to unmute you. There you go.
All right. Just want to say that by using Apricot Rocket system, CRM, email, I've been able to replace Constant Contact and also another CRM that I was using. So I use CRM, Constant Contact, and email to keep track of my contacts. And you know, the shopping cart, of course, it's wonderful. So yeah, I've been using it now since you started the system. So it takes a little bit of time to learn it, but once you get it, you see that it's a very integrated platform that it really works well. And Lee's you have very good developers somewhere out there in the world. Yeah, so if you need help with you know, using the system, let me know. I'm one of the experts.
Thank you, Carlos. Yeah, Carlos has been using the system for just about as long as anybody. Just about as long as me. Not quite, but pretty long time. Any other questions? Okay, so yeah, Julie, were you raising your hand?
Yep.
So I really like the idea of a networking group that also provides some business support systems, as well as plans for just providing other business supports that with social media training and such. I think that's a real game changer, because we've gone from this time of being so busy to being shut down, and it's not just a matter of ramping up, but to really ramp up in ways that help you to succeed. This just helps bring it all together. So I'm pretty excited about that aspect of it too. Are we meeting physically online or in any particular location, or are these just Zoom groups?
So the answer is the meetings themselves will be only online, so that we can save ourselves the travel time to and from, which I know everybody appreciates the expense of time. Scott Reeb used to travel from Denton down to Frisco or even to Addison on a regular basis for meetings, and that's an hour time each way. So I know everybody understands that. So online only. Now on a periodic, maybe quarterly, certainly annual basis, we'll have some get-togethers that'll be in person, but the general meetings will be online. However, there will be meetings for specific areas, like we'll have one for Frisco. And the reason that it'll be tagged to Frisco is because people that are carpet cleaners and auto repair guys and that sort of thing, they want to be specific to a region that they service. Now, they may not care whether it's Frisco or Addison, but the point is we'll probably have an Addison meeting and a Frisco meeting and a Denton meeting, and we'll have a variety of meetings spread around both the Metroplex and outside of the Metroplex. Steve called in from Florida, and if Steve's interested, we'll work to create a meeting in Florida that Steve can host and start some groups down there. So the wonderful thing about the fact that this is an online only networking organization is that as we find people that want to take this idea and this concept to other areas, whether it's Atlanta or Arizona or California, I mean, it doesn't really matter. If you know people that are in an industry in those areas, as we expand, you'll be able to get on the phone and invite them to join that group. And that gives you plenty of expansion opportunities for you to grow your referral base.
Lee. Hey, Lee.
Yeah, who's talking?
Carlos.
Oh, hey, Carlos.
Yeah, what about if you have a group in Brazil? Would you let that happen?
I would be delighted for that to happen, but probably not until after we get a good solid foundation here, because I'm going to have to go to Brazil to make sure that they know how to operate the system. And that's an 11-hour flight. No, I'm only kidding. Yeah. The answer is, I think it'll be great to get groups formed outside the United States, but I would kind of like to focus on inside the United States first. But I don't have, I mean, yeah, let's make this thing international. That'd be great.
I think a requirement there is, Lee, you would have to learn Portuguese. So you're going to spend time with Carlos to do that.
Yeah, I think that Carlos he's always thinking. He's got a motive there. Called business development.
Business development, that's right.
Hello.
Oh, hey, Lucio. Yes, sir. Hi, Lucio.
Sorry, I didn't have the chance to introduce myself. My name is Lucio Romero. I'm here in Texas, Dallas area. I'm a friend of Carlos from Cal. I'm a realtor with MB Elite Realty.
Okay.
And happy to be here. I mean, I missed a little bit of a introduction at first, but I heard that you have a CRM tool, or you are using a CRM tool. I'm already using a CRM tool, KV Core, and I've been using like several for real estate. Mm-hmm. And I have a question. Is this tool connected to social media like Facebook? I'm able to, from the tool, send text messages or any kind of communication to my friends or to anybody in Facebook, or I'm able to choose an area where I can do marketing, and also also the tool is able to send text, automatic text to clients and prospects. And also is helping you to generate leads. How do you generate leads to feed the tool?
Yeah, great questions. And the answer is, for the most part, yes. A couple of a couple of them, there's some conditional yeses. What I would like to do is maybe Lucio is arranged to get together with you and Carlos. I think Carlos, yeah, you said Carlos, and I know he invited you. So we could get together in a separate session. I'd be glad to answer your questions in more detail. But generally speaking, the answer is yes to all of the things that you asked.
Okay, that's good.
Beverly, yes, Beverly, let me unmute.
Okay, so question. Do you have an email that we can send out, a pre-done one as an invitation?
I do.
I see Steve smiling over there, but yeah, it's a good question because sometimes we don't know what to put in that email when we're sending it out.
Absolutely. The answer is yes. I can provide you with an email and will provide you with an email as a member, as a sort of, I'll provide you with an email to invite people to do a couple of things. One of which is to join one of these conference calls. Another is to connect to you and create an account so that you're tracked as their sponsor. So there's a couple of different emails that are kind of fundamental baseline emails that I can provide you that you can use as appropriate for the particular thing you're wanting to do. And then you can customize them a little bit if you want to. Any other questions?
Yeah, Lee.
Yes, Steve.
Yeah, I would say, put those in the Apricot networking group.
Okay, I'll do that.
Like find those.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do exactly like the training videos. Okay. Somebody's texting me. Also, the ceiling fan guy. Oh, who's the ceiling fan guy over here? I can't. And did George Bingham ever? Chris Hederich? Who's that? Is that George? Is that you? I'm going to unmute.
Yes, it is.
Oh man, there's that radio voice right there, George Bingham, the voice made for radio. I'm surprised you're not like a major radio star, George.
Okay.
George, you want to introduce yourself real quickly?
Oh, yes. I'm George Bingham. I've been in Dallas since 1979. That kind of let you know how old I am. But I run several businesses here. I happen to be carpet cleaning one thing I do. I also have a hydrogen generator. And of course, I've been a network marketer for many, many years.
Okay. Well, we're glad you joined today, George. I know you may not have been able to, I'm not sure if you got in early or not, but glad you're here. Does anybody else have any questions?
Yeah, Lee, one last comment. I don't know if you mentioned it, as hopping back and forth from one Zoom meeting to another, double booked, but you mentioned social media and sharing other people's social media sites, giving us the opportunity to like each other's Facebook page or connecting on Instagram, things like that. And I'm looking forward to that. We have a 24-hour physicians Facebook page and Instagram account with a lot of information out there. And I'd love to connect with other members in the group and with their social media sites to help drive traffic for each other.
Yeah, so I'm not sure, like for example, Mako sends out a lot of emails. Mako, what are your favorite social medias?
I do a lot of posts on, I religiously post on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Those are my main three.
Okay.
But
so,
I also do a lot of email to a specific group of contacts.
So here's how this would work. It sounds like Mako's primary is Facebook, and it sounds like your primary is Facebook. My primary would probably be LinkedIn. And so each type of business has most likely a favorite social media. Some of them might be Instagram, some of them might be Pinterest. I mean, it kind of depends on the business. And so what we would do as members of a specific group is we would commit. And so if I was in a group with Mako and I was in a group with Randall, with you, I would commit to engaging on each of your Facebooks, and then you would commit to engaging with me on my LinkedIn. And that just basically, again, means I would follow you, you would follow me, and at least once a month I would respond to a post or maybe activate, engage a post that you had created. And you know, you get 30 or so people, 40 or 40 people in a group. And even though each one of us is only doing 1 or 2 things a month, collectively that starts to be some social media credibility that begins to give some more veritas to our social media presence. As well as Mako might know how to do something that I don't know how to do that he shares with me. And then we as a group, we all learn more. And that's kind of the concept there. But yeah, we'll end up doing that. It looks like people are beginning to sort of drop off now. So I'm going to, again, say that, yes.
Will you let Terry Howard Hughes introduce herself?
Oh, yeah, Terry. Oh, sure. Terry, please do introduce yourself. Oh, you got to, yeah. All right. And I think you're unmuted now.
Hi, everybody. I'm sorry I saw the Zoom invite on my calendar and like, what was that for? In this Groundhog Day, kind of forget day to day what's going on. Anyway, I'm Terry Howard Hughes. I have a video production company and I do mainly corporate, industrial training, television commercials, corporate message, those sorts of things. So I will look forward to looking at the recording of this. I came in so late, but I appreciate it very much.
Thank you for joining us, Terry. And there's somebody named Chris Hederich that I'm going to unmute. I don't see a picture. Chris, are you there? Hey, Chris.
Hi, I'm here.
Would you please introduce yourself? I think you and I connected on LinkedIn and I invited you through that. I'm glad you joined us. I don't know kind of whether you got in early or late, but please give us a quick introduction of who you are, please, sir.
Yeah, I've had a printing company here in the Dallas area for about 30 years. And you're right, you and I connected on LinkedIn and you sent an invite. So I thought I'd check in and see what this was all about. So that's why I'm here.
Okay. Well, if we can remember to connect to each other, I will do so. I mean, I'm not, if we can remember, I will send you a link to where this video is recorded and then connect with you to answer any questions. And, you know, it turns out that there have been 3 different good printers on this call. I know both Mako and Steve, you I've just met, but you know, the idea is really very simple. This is an example of a situation where we have 3 people in one industry, but we're going to have different groups forming. So each one of you will have the ability to select a group that is that is appropriate geographically and time-wise, and then you'll be the exclusive printer in that group, and we'll help you build out your network. And thank you very much for introducing yourself and participating.
Thanks.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and just let everybody go. It's actually right at 11 o'clock. One of the commitments we're going to make is to end things on time, to start things on time, and to end things on time. I am going to stick around and do about 15 minutes of training. So if you would like to hang out for the training, I'm going to do about 15 minutes. And then if you need to go and move on to something else, please feel free to know that we'll follow up, and later today or tomorrow we'll close the gap, and if you're interested, we'll get you guys signed up. Thank you so very much for tuning in, and I look forward to working with you. Bye.
Thank you, Lee.
All right, so those of you that want to see some quick orientations and how to get started to the next step, if you hang out, I'll be here and I'll show you how to do so. I kind of wait while all the people that needed to drop out do. We're down to 8. And looks like the quick drop-offs. There goes another one. I'm going to go ahead and turn on screen sharing, and let's see, I need to, okay, so Brenda is really new to this. Alba, I think, also is pretty new to this. I know Lucio, I don't know if Lucio is going to stick around or not, but if you are, Lucio, I'm going to show you how to participate. And AJ, while you have been on the system, this might be a good little refresher for you if you can see the screen. I know it's kind of a small screen, it's bright outside, and but I'm going to just go ahead and kick that in. So let's see, Alba and Brenda, if you will do what I'm about to do now. Lucio, you're a friend of Carlos, and so what I'm going to want to get together with you and Carlos separately, but this will be a bit of an orientation for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and launch. I'm going to go here, and I'm just going to go to Apricot Rocket, and it looks like Lucio has dropped off. So Alba, basically it's just Alba and Brenda and Steve and myself, and that's good. So Alba and Brenda, you guys can just both do this. Go to Apricot Rocket and click on the Try for Free button. And when you click on the Try for Free button, you're going to see this form.
And wanting us to do that while we're...
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm just going to show you a couple of things that I would like you to do. But if you'll go to Apricot Rocket and click on the Try It Free button, it'll take you to a form that you fill out. And the form is going to be first name, last name, cell phone, email. You'll insert a couple of passwords, a password twice, and then choose the state, Texas, that you're in. When you do that, it's going to do the following. So I'm just going to go ahead and do tester 3. I'm going to put in tester 3 as the first name and the last name. I'm going to put in my phone number. I'm going to make that the username. I'm going to make it the password, and then I'm going to choose the state of Texas. And I'm going to click register. And what's going to happen next is the system is going to send me a cell phone text message with a code. And so I'm going to put the code in, and then I'm going to validate. Now, if by chance you have a problem, try re-entering the code. The system also sends you an email that you can go click on a link in the email, and you'll see the code in an email. But it should send you, it does reliably, just if something happens and for some reason you don't get it on your phone, you can find it on an email. But put it in and click validate. And when you click the validate it button, it's going to log you in and take you to the Apricot Rocket community page. Now you can actually either click on one of these buttons or just X out, and you're on the Apricot Rocket community page. Now, every account can have a community. This is an example of a page, a community page that's been set up already. Don't worry about this. You will not have one of these until you learn how to set it up. But at this point, you can either scroll down and look at the stuff that's in the Apricot Rocket community, or you can simply come over here onto this menu that's on the left-hand side and click on Dashboard. And that's what I'm going to recommend you do. Click on Dashboard. When you click on Dashboard, that's going to take you to your account. It'll take you out of the community and take you to your account. Your account on Apricot Rocket has a menu on the left-hand side, which has just a few things on it. And then it has 4 panels going across the top: community, marketplace, account, and services. But underneath that, you have a series of green buttons. And underneath that, you have a video. I would encourage you to watch the video, which is an orientation to Apricot Rocket. But the very first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to click on the green button on the right-hand side that says Activate Affiliate Program. Click there, and then you're going to see a video that you can watch. And this video is 12 minutes long. It describes the affiliate program. And if you go ahead and click Activate Now, you can watch the video, but if you click Activate Now, that turns on the panel that's on the right-hand side. So you'll now see that there's a panel on the right-hand side for the affiliate program, and it just kind of pushes the video down a little bit farther.
Hey, Lee, on mine.
Yeah.
Lee, on mine, the participants are covering up that. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but the panels underneath the people that are on the call.
Yes. So yes, thank you, Steve. But anyway, the panel is there, and once you're there, there's 4 things that you can do. One is how it works, where you can read about the affiliate referral program. Then you can join the program. And again, if you want to call me, I'll be glad to walk you through that. But at this point, the next thing that I would encourage you to do is to come over to the panel that says Communities at the top left. Click on where it says Communities Seeking Members. And here you're going to get a list of a bunch of communities. If you scroll down, you're going to see a community that says Apricot Networking Community. There's a button that says Learn More. If you click there, it's got another video that if you want to, you can watch, but you click the Join Now button, and what happens is it automatically adds you to that community. If you click on Dashboard at the top of the left-hand side, and now you click on My Communities, this is a list of the communities that you're a member of. You're a member of the Apricot Rocket community and the Apricot Networking community. If you click on the Apricot Networking community, that takes you into that community, which is already set up. And when you go into that community, you're going to see member training. And if you click on the member training, there's some videos that you can watch that'll show you how to do stuff. Now, once you actually join, you get more information than just what you see right now. And so that is kind of the first things that I would encourage you to do. I'm going to come back. Oh, Lucio, you're back. Oh, AJ, I guess you guys maybe never left. I just didn't see you on the left-hand.
Yeah, I was here.
Okay, so that's basically the entry-level steps that you want to do.
Lee,
Yes, ma'am.
I have a question. What if you offer services and products?
That's great. You can offer both.
You can click both of those red buttons.
Yeah, now the services is very easy for you to list because we basically just let you say the services that you offer. And you can type in, you describe the services however you want to. And there's also you build a profile of your business, what's your phone numbers, your address, your website, that sort of stuff. Upload your logo. Those are all very easy things for you to follow and do. But if you do products, for you to list the products actually is quite a few more steps, because listing the products, you're basically then creating a little shopping cart, and we're going to need to know, how do you want to get paid, with PayPal or Stripe? So do you collect sales taxes? Do you have a picture of your product? You need to describe the product. How much does the product cost? Now, they're not hard things to do, but they take a few more steps for you to be able to list them. But once you do that, then you literally have a shopping cart where you can sell your products online. And there's a lot of other things that you can do with those with the online system that we can help you connect to people in the system. And I'll be delighted, just one-to-one, walk you through products are a little bit more complicated. There's more steps than just services, but I'm delighted to help you make sure that you get them set up so that you can use the system to sell your products online, both inside the system and out to the world at large through your website or just through the system itself. There's a lot of steps there that, again, it's not just a couple of clicks, where services are just a couple of clicks and you're done. They're a lot simpler.
So this could be a good solution if you don't want to spend a lot on a website to put a shopping cart on your website, and your website could just be directed toward the CRM.
Yes.
For that shopping cart.
Yeah, you can actually build a shopping cart in our system, put your products, and then just literally paste some code onto your website, and your shopping cart is right there. There's more deeper integrations that you can do that are more complex, but from a simple perspective, you list the products on our system, tell our system how you want to get paid, how you want it, what your shipping looks like, all those kinds of things, sales taxes, and we do all of that. And then you just place a simple piece of code on your website, and the shopping cart goes on your website. People can go to your website, they can buy from you, but all the activity happens inside the Apricot Rocket system. So yeah, it's in many respects very simple. It's a lot like Shopify in some respects. I think better in others.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, where can you get a shopping cart for $10 a month?
That's what I was
website.
thinking.
Yeah, where can you get a website for $10 a month, right?
Hold on,
Plus the CRM, right?
Hey, Julie.
Right.
Yeah. Another thing, Brenda, I may have a referral for you for the restaurant chalkboards.
Yeah. Thank
if I
you.
understood you right. Yeah, I have a buddy that sells restaurant equipment.
I love that. Let me show you how to pass that referral. That is a great, now, I'm not going to do that. Brenda, you have
Brenda's got to be on and all that. Yeah.
Brenda's got to have an account. She's got to be connected to Steve's community. And then Steve has to use the system. But with that thought in mind, let me just screen share, and I'm going to show you how the referral tracking works. You guys are going to love this. Okay, so I'm going to go back into that account that I just created. Actually, I got here, maybe this is it. Nope, this is it here. Okay, so this is the account I just created. Now, this account, I'm not connected to anybody. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to log out of this account, and I'm going to log into my account because I'm connected to more people. Now, this is a lot like connecting to communities. Just think of connecting to communities as really being very simple to connecting to fan book pages or connecting to people on LinkedIn. There's a difference though. On LinkedIn, if you want to connect to me, I have to approve the connection. On our system, if I want to connect to Steve's community, I just click a button and I'm in his community, which gives my information to him because I'm saying, hey, Steve, I want to be part of your world. Okay, but now I'm logged into my account. I'm going to come over here on the left-hand side. I'm going to open the Communities tab. I could click on Members on the left-hand side, or I could just click on My Members on this panel. So I'm going to click on My Members, and I'm going to go down and I'm going to find Steve. So I've got a whole lot of people in my community. So I'm just going to type Steve's name up here, and I get a short list. And here's Steve with Living Well. Here's an orange button, an apricot, actually colored button that says send referral. So I'm going to fill this out. So I'm sending a referral to Steve Mangum with Living Well Resources, and I'm going to send the referral, Brenda Briscoe. Brenda, what's your phone number?
214-679-4618.
Okay. And the referral's email. Brenda, what's your referral, your email?
Well, currently, I don't have one for the new business, but it's Bowenguru, BOWENGURU @gmail.
What is the referral interested in? So I'm actually making a referral to Steve of you, but you're interested in chalkboards.
Yeah, say I want some chalkboards for my restaurant.
Chalkboards. So I'm just going to mention chalkboards. You'll know what it is.
Mhm.
And then does the referral know you're being referred? Yes. Does the referral know who you're referring to? Yes. Is the referral expecting a phone call or an email? I'm going to say either. What date was the referral done on? So today is the 20th, so I'll just click today. How urgent would you rank this referral? Well, I'm going to say an immediate need. And then I'm going to say what information would the referral recipient, what extra information would the referral recipient need to know? Nothing, none. I'll just put none. And then I'm going to click Submit Referral. Okay, now what has happened is that referral has been sent by email both to Steve and to Brenda. And the same information is going to arrive at both of you. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to log in as Steve. And I happen to remember his, basically I can get into Steve's account because he and I have been working on some stuff. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm logged into Steve's account and I'm going to click on referrals received. And so you'll see that I've referred Brenda Briscoe, and I'm going to click on view details. And so here are the details. Referral was sent by Lee. I was referring Brenda. Here's her phone number. Here's her email. She's interested in chalkboards. She knows she's being referred. Either form of contact. Here's the date of the referral. Has an immediate need. No additional information. Now, as Steve, I can rank this referral. So I click on rank referral, and I'm going to call this a warm prospect. Now, by virtue of the fact that Steve receives this referral and ranks it as a warm prospect, and clicks the submit button, I've now rewarded Lee Thurburn by sending some money to Lee Thurburn. The money is in the form of rocket tokens that Lee can turn around and redeem, or I can use those for other things, which you'll learn more about later. So I'm going to take it off of the screen share. So that's how that part of the system works. So now, Steve, you've got a record of the referral of Brenda to you. So you guys can reach out. Now, Brenda, you didn't receive Steve's phone number because I referred you to Steve, but Steve now has your number so he can reach out to you.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Hey, AJ, I've got a question for you. I know Master Networks has a direct track or something like that I think they use to track referrals. I've unmuted you. I don't know if you need to unmute yourself or not, but what does direct track do? Can you tell us can you tell me, is it kind of basically what I just showed you?
It has a similar function, Lee. One of the things it does do is it tracks face-to-face meetings, and whether it's virtual or actual in face-to-face. It also tracks the return on investment from the standpoint of how much money actually comes into the members from their activities with other members. I don't know what else it tracks. That's the only thing I know right now, since I'm reasonably new.
Okay, well, I thank you for that. I have not accessed it, so I didn't know. We also track when business is closed. Steve would be able to go in and signify that he closed business with Brenda, and he'd be able to signify the dollar value. So we track the return on investment also. We just don't track the face meetings through Zoom or whatever. But all right. Brenda and Alba, do either of you guys have any additional questions?
No.
Okay. So Brenda, Alba, AJ, anybody gonna, I mean, does this, I'll ask you, Brenda, is this something that you think you see yourself doing?
Yeah, I'll probably do it. I always need to pray about things.
Sure.
Probably do it.
Good thing. Alba, how about you?
I like it. But I will see you on Friday.
Okay, great. I'll see you on Friday. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
AJ, how about you, AJ?
Very interested. What's going on Friday? Did I miss something?
No, Alba's coming over. She and Julie, they're doing something on Friday, so she'll be over here on Friday.
Okay, well, this young man will need a lot of technical instructions, but I love the concept, and I certainly am interested.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. I will, as you know, be available to help you. So I think, AJ, I think with all the networking that you're doing and have done, I think you should be able to get a lot of people signed up because you have so many people. And Brenda, I mean, you likewise, you have a world of networking experience. Brenda and I, for those of you that don't know, which neither of you do, Brenda and I have known each other, I'm going to say 8 or 10 years.
Probably 10.
Probably 10. And we used to office real close to each other, and we've done a lot of networking together. And so, you know, like many of us, she is very well connected to a community. And Brenda, I think you'll be able to do quite well on this.
Thanks. Hope so.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Sayonara. Thank you guys for being on today. And
thank you.
I'll talk to you soon. Bye now.
Bye, y'all.
There you go.